Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. So let's just get started here. I got my comments on. I know it takes a few minutes. I hope that today is finding you all well and healthy and staying home. If you can't stay home, please be cautious. I'm one of the lucky ones. I get to work from home all the time, but I am still working. It's actually not that busy, so I've been working on a lot of projects in between. So anyway, let's get started here. Don't see anybody on there. What I'm going to be doing today is paper pumpkin. So I'm going to open mine up and do a couple alternate projects. Okay, so just waiting. There we go. Good morning, Karen. Now I know I'm on. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is flip the camera, and we're going to open the box. All right, let's get started. Okay, so here is my box. And let's just open this up. And I'm so glad that it's now in the plastic wrap, especially in this day and age. So I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this. Good morning, Jean. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this, but let's open it up anyway. Cute little box, too, by the way. So inside the box, you get your gray, basic gray ink spot. Those are great for traveling. Let me see if I can get a piece of colored cardstock to show you the stamp sets. Hopefully that'll make it look better. So this is the free set that you got, okay, with the boots and then the inside of the boots. I know it's kind of hard to see. Some grass, a door frame, a bunny, and I believe in you. So that's the stamp, one of the stamp sets you get, because remember this one had a free stamp set. And then here is the stamp set that we're going to be using that goes to the paper pumpkin, although they are coordinating. It's the clouds and all that good stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned in till the end, because I do have a couple of things to do. Let's show you. Good morning, Maureen. Is your granddaughter watching too? And here's some alternate projects. Oh, I forgot. I don't have to hold it up so far because I have it on Zoom now. There's some alternate projects they give you, some ideas. I always like to keep the tissue paper because you never know when you'll need it for a project. Speaking of projects, if you're tuning in, you know I'm on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I will be this Sunday. But I'm thinking, since a lot of people are homebound, and I'll be staying home too, I'm going to be hopping on this channel here, my business channel, throughout the day with some projects. I will let you know what times, so just check back on Saturday or Sunday morning to see what times I'm going to be going live. But I've got a lot of cute project ideas while you're home to keep you busy and maybe even keep the kids busy. So that'll be this Sunday, definitely on at 7 p.m. The other times to be determined, okay? It'll be a fun day to stamp together, craft together. Okay, so in here, thanks, Jean. Okay, so in here we have some twine, and we have our glue dots, and these little embellishments that are clear. Those are little dots, and those are teardrops. So that's fun, fun, fun. I'm throwing everything over here. You should see this craft room now. Some dimensionals, piece of cardboard. Keep it all straight. Here's our directions, and I've already posted the paper pumpkin video for the month. So here's the cards that they show. I always like to do at least one of each. And of course, with paper pumpkin, it comes right to your door every month, like Christmas or your birthday every month. So if you'd like to get my paper pumpkin, I will put the link in the description later of where you can order that through me. Okay, so that is the directions. We have these cute cards, which you don't have to even do anything with because you can stamp the inside if you want, but they're already got a nice inside to them. Good evening, Megan. Yes, I know it's evening in Australia. And then we have these cards. There's 4 of each. So here's the first set. And they're adorable. Oh my gosh, I just love them. We have, let me show you the cards first. So we have this set. You have 4 of each. And then you have this one. Now I'm going to probably go a little fast because I am on the early shift this morning and I really want to get through a few things. Here's the sticker sheets that you have. Or they're not stickers, the die sheets. These are poke outs, dies that you're going to be using. And this one is a whole set of boots. They're just adorable. This is the sentiment dies that are cut out and some circles. And there's more than you need, okay? Because there's 4 cards to each set, but you see that they've given you, they always give you more. All right. And there's one thing I want to turn around and grab because I want to show you an idea. If I have it out here. Not sure where it is yet. We might have to forego. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me just grab my Stamparatus. I wanted to show you something later on. Okay. So here's my monthly host kit, host number if you'd like to order from me. Okay. Roseward, Stampersdelight.com. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you the cards that they show. I've already stamped these. And because I've already stamped them, you've probably already seen them. Maybe, maybe not. I just like to show you what they look like up close. Yes, it coordinates with Under My Umbrella. Thank you, Megan, for the reminder, which you will see, because I'm going to be using that. It coordinates with that stamp set. And this punch, the Under My Umbrella punch, which is still available. And I will be showing that shortly. So it does coordinate with that. So here's the first card. Still shots you will be able to see on my blog after the show. Okay. This is another one I did. You see I didn't even fold it. They're pre-scored. Here's another one. And you can see I got some of those little dots up there. And then the third one that goes to the kit. That's how you can put those that long thing of boots on. Isn't that cute? You put it right over her legs. Let's just bring that in so you can see it. So it's a 3D. I'm going to have another mess here to clean up. But okay, so you see you put the green, you line the green boot up. Is that adorable or what? Okay, so again, if you'd like the paper pumpkin, I know you can't get it in other countries, but I will put the link in there. All right, let me just move some things here so I have room. Okay, so I do have a couple of alternative projects, and I'm not gonna show them to you yet. I'm just gonna stamp them. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is bring in some pieces, and I'm using the flowering dies or sending flower dies to the Sending You Thoughts card or stamp set, which is a celebration item. You want to get those before March 31st. They're going fast. And here's the matching dies from the coordination set or product coordination. And that is also starting to sell out. So you really want to be careful. So the Sending Flower dies, I'm using this long one the big one right there. Okay. I'm also using, which is back here, I'll be using my coordination paper, Pleased as Punch. You can see there's some raindrops. Here's some flowers. And what's left of my umbrellas. Here's what the umbrellas used to look like, okay? You got paper with umbrellas, which you could punch it out or fussy cut it if you want. Please leave me your comments. Let me know what you're up to. I'm just going to keep going with this. All right. Oh, I showed you the card. I didn't want to show you the card. Okay. Well, you saw the card. Okay. So here's my base. And I'm just going to grab my bone folder if I can find it. When I tell you I've been crafting like crazy, I have. And everything is buried as usual. Okay. Not finding the bone folder. So Oh, there it is, hidden. Okay. Let's bring in my paper trimmer instead and score this. So half a sheet of paper, scored at 4 1/4, right in half. Okay, gonna burnish that. Got all my pieces over here except for one piece. Oh, one piece I just noticed is missing, so I'm gonna have to. Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay. All right, so that's that piece. Then I'm going to bring in, now this is the piece where you can use the punch to punch out the umbrellas. Or you can use this side, which is what I'm going to be using. Because I've already actually punched out my umbrellas. And I'll put all the dimensions on the page, the description later. I just want to get through this. And these, there we go. So I will tell you what size everything is. I will add that. This is going to actually lay right there when I'm done. I'm going to bring in this flowered piece that I already cut out. And I had to do that earlier because time-wise. Now I'm going to bring in my sponge daubers and some inks. I'm going to start with the Pear Pizzazz. And you see I'm just doing this. And I'm just inking some of the leaves. It's kind of hard to get the leaves or stems without the flowers. And I'm doing it really fast, so it's even harder. But I'm going to show you a little trick that I did. So I'm just going here and putting some color on it. Doesn't have to all be the same color. Light and dark is fine. You can grab a piece of cardstock. And I don't know if you can see that. I'm lifting the flower up so it's not next to the other ones. So just lift that flower up, hold it down, and then you can get the whole thing. It's not real easy with some of them, but that's how you can, you know, kind of get the ink where you want it. So now I have some green on there. Hi, Fran. Hi, Doreen. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some petal pink and my sponge daubers and just go ahead and add some pink onto the flowers. Tulip. And like I said, if you can put the paper behind it so you don't get it on the other one. Start to the lighter, go to the darker, and then it won't show as much. You just want to add some color to it. I'm going to go with my Daffodil Delight. And maybe do this one. And this one. And this one. And I'm going to bring in my purple posy. Yes, I know most of you don't have the purple posy. I did get it. It is a little squishy. Use your Heather Highland if you don't have that. And I'm just going to add some light purple here. Okay, so my flowers are colored. Good morning, Peggy. Yes, you're not commuting anymore, so you're watching from bed. I like that. And there I have my flowers colored in. One of the other things I did was I just took the green, kind of sponged it just around the edges, just to give it some color. Not a lot, just a little color. Okay. Okay, so I'm done with that piece. Now I'm going to flip it around, and I am going to take my strips, my dimensional strips, and I'm just going to roll this, whoop, before I do that, sorry. Almost forgot. And I've done this before. This is going to be a shaker card. I've done these before. So what I do is I kind of round my snail. I never get tired of shaker cards. I know I've showed these to you before, but every stamp set in a shaker card looks great. So I just roll that around there. I'm going to take my window sheet, lay that right down. Then I'm going to take my dimensional. So remember what I said, since a lot of people are homebound, whether you have to stay in or whether you're choosing to, I will be jumping on all day Sunday. Not sure the times yet. I will let you know. Definitely 7 p.m. my normal time. And we're going to be crafting all day. Stamping all day. Okay, so you and the kids, if you're home with your children, hopefully you'll get a lot of ideas. When I say all day, I don't mean every hour, but because I'm not sure of the hours yet. I have to put the projects together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. So these are the alternates I've come up with, and I'll tell you, I have a lot more ideas. I just didn't have all that much time with the craziness this week. Okay, so there we go. Now the way I do my shaker card is I lay it flat like that. I'm going to bring in the Woven Threads sequins. This is from, I love these sequins. This is from the annual catalog. They match anything. And I'm just going to throw some sequins in here. And then I'm going to take this piece of Designer Series paper and I'm going to lay it right on the back here. What's nice about this is I don't have to really line it up because it's not an image, it's just Designer Series paper. You just want to make sure that you press it down really well and then flip it over. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in some of these pieces from the dies that they give us. And I'm going to go ahead and take the first one, which is the flowers. Now, remember the card that has the flowers. It looks like this, okay? There's the boots, and the flowers are hanging out of it. Well, I'm going to put the boots right here, so these flowers look like they're in there. Okay, you can use dimensionals if you want. I'm going to go ahead and snail it down. And my silicone mat is right here. Got my old one, but it works. Don't forget the silicone mat and your paper piercing mat when you're stamping. Those are essentials along with your, take your pick tool. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Okay. Now, here is a piece of what's left to my Designer Series paper. And if you don't mind, I'm going to just grab a sip of coffee. Hopefully you don't hear me slurping. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this out. My punch got stuck. Hold on. There's a piece of paper stuck in there. There we go. So I'm going to bring my punch in. You can see you can do the either sides and for this. And this is going to, however you can get this in there. So this has to go the same way, so I'm just going to put it in this way. Now, if you have a hard time angling it, what I like to do is take a strip of paper that I keep these strips. Put a little, and then just use that. See, I put a little strip of with snail. And then just angle it in there. Okay, this still needs to be cut a little bit, so let's just trim this. It helps you get those small pieces in there. And I know I've showed you this before, but some people are new and may have missed it. Pop that. And there's my umbrella. Now, one thing I need for the umbrella, of course, is this piece. So you can use any leftover piece. I'm just going to... This one actually has a little blue one right here. Let's see if I can line it up. I can. So we're going to line that up, pop that out. So now I have a little blue handle. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and put a little snail right here. Put my handle right here. Ooh, I got ink on me somehow. And this is going to go right here. Now this one I'm going to use the dimensionals on. And I put the dimensional right over where I had adhered that umbrella piece to. There's my take your pick tool. Another tool that is a must-have. And we're just going to put that right there. So there's the front of my card. Now, here's what something I wanted to show you. This is the sentiments, or the die cuts for the sentiments. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. I want to show you something. You can go ahead and just stamp that if you don't have a Stamparatus with your blocks. And let's see, which saying am I wishing you? Where are you? Okay, I'm missing one of my stamps. Which one do I want to use here? It's probably right in front of me. It is. Okay. So here's the stamp that I'm going to use. And of course, I can line that up to my block and just stamp it. But the other thing is what you can do, which I think is pretty neat, so I'll show you real quick. Kind of nasty there. All right. Put this here. See if I have my magnets here. Okay. Bring this in. Okay, so I'm going to take this off the block. Move it up there. So I want to make sure I cleaned it. I'm going to put this right here. Make sure it's straight. Sorry, my head is probably right in your way. I'm going to press that down. Okay, so there I have it. So I'm going to grab my big basic gray. I know it comes with the small one, but I'm going to use my large one. I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And I'm just going to press that down. And there I have my saying, right? Okay. So let's say, and you can do this in any order. I could move it up there, but I don't want to. I don't want to move this. I know where it's already there and it's lined up. So what about if you just pop this out, put that one, move it right back up to the one that you had in there. And what you can do is just try to put a magnet just to hold it there. Ink it up again. You see what I'm saying? Like normally you would move it down, but you can leave it right there and just go ahead and ink up the next one. And just same thing over here. If you have, let's do it this way. If you have this piece in here and you stamp it, then just pop them out and use this as your place marker. Make sense? Okay, hopefully it does. So just keep leaving that right here. You just move your pieces or your sentiments up there. Just wanted to show you that cute little quick trick. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it right on here. Here's the way I do it. You can use Tombow. I'm using Snail right now, okay? Probably Tombow is a better idea, or your tear and tape, because it's kind of heavy, but I'm going to do something else with it too. Okay, so I'm going to lay this right up here. I'm going to layer that on here. Just like that. Then what I do, because this is higher, I go ahead, I go back in there, and I add some dimensionals on the corners. Number one, it helps the paper stay down, and it gives it a little bit more adhesive. So we're just going to roll that around and just... And don't forget our online classes. Donna Gray and myself have online monthly classes. So check those out. Okay, we got this. We're going to go ahead and put that right there. Again, I'm going to use my dimensionals. Hi, Johanna. How are you feeling? I'm going to go ahead and do this. going to grab the twine. Just make a bow. Grab a glue dot. I gotta watch the time yet. I got time yet. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there. This is too, wait, the bow's too big, so I'm just gonna make that a little bit smaller. There we go. Put it down, and then I can play around with it. And then I would just trim it off. Okay. Move those out of the way. And then I have my inside saying. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my boots. And I have the basic gray here. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. You could also use this on the envelopes if you wanted to. Then we have the inside of the boots, which are flowery. So I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see, what color do I want to use? I'll use the yellow, nice and bright. Just line that right up. Can you see me? Okay. And I should have used my mat, but hopefully it comes out. Yay, it did. And then what I'm going to do is stamp It's Your Day. Now I just want to check one more thing here. So this is all from the stamp set that, you know, you use for the paper pumpkin. And then the boots are from the extra set that you get. Okay. So this says It's Your Day. I'll go ahead, since I got the yellow open, I'm going to do it in yellow. It's your day. Go ahead and nail that down. Put that right in there. And there you have it, my first paper pumpkin alternate. Oh, thank you, Jean. And you're going to be happy that you did that at the end of this when I tell you what I'm doing, okay? So there's my first alternate project. Okay, for the second alternate project that I did, and again, some of these are not new folds or anything, but I wanted to see what you could, how you could do alternate projects and how much fun they would be. So I'm going to bring this in, and now I'm going to do a Z-fold card. And the dimensions, again, I will put later on the description, and if you watch, when you watch YouTube, it'll be there also. So here's my long pieces of boots from the one card. I'm also going to use the other card. This is the one that came from. Okay, the larger boots. And then, of course, the one with the long boots. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in. So this is going to be a Z-fold card. So I'm going to fold it this way. And yes, I should be using my paper trimmer, but I only use it for the first one because then it gets buried on the table. Going to go ahead, excuse me, fold that in half, then fold it right back, the flap right here, and burnish it. Make sure it's lined up. This is why you should use your scoring tool on your paper trimmer. Do as I say, not as I do. Like, right? Like you tell the kids. There we go. Okay. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Okay, so there we have that piece. Then I'm going to go in. I thought these looked so great with the boots. Again, it's that product coordination pleased as punch. And I'm going to go ahead and layer a piece right here on the first flap. When you open it up, this is going to go inside. This is another quarter sheet. So I'm going to stamp that now with No Matter the Weather. We're in this together. Oh, and trust me, I did not think of this. We are all in this together globally. So I'm going to bring this right here. Stamp that right there, off to the side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this piece of designer series paper right there. But because I want to line it up, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down first. And the stampers that watched and got the card from me, I have not gotten to the post office yet. I will do that this weekend. So your card will be in the mail. Okay. So this is the start of my Z-fold card. Got a little goober there, I see, a little spot, but that's okay. Now I'm going to bring in a strip, and again, I will put the dimensions on it when I'm done. I'm going to take a strip of designer series paper, and because it's thin, I can layer this first. And of course, I forgot my measurements. That's got to cut off. Got to cut that right off. Okay. And let me just see if I remember it. Okay, I probably don't. And I forgot my measurements over there. So we're going to wing this. Okay, this has to be 5.5. That I do know. Okay, so I'm going to score this at 5.5. And I hope I'm correct. Let me just see. Yeah. Okay. Because it's thin paper, I can actually score them together. Okay, so this is 5.5 scored. And then the other piece scored is, let's just say from here, right there. I'm winging this because I forgot my measurements over here. This is why I usually have it written down. Forgive me. I want to get you the right measurements. 2.5. Okay, 5.5 and 2.5. I thought that's what it was. Senior moment. Okay. So we've got 5.5 and 2.5. I'm going to go ahead and fold that. Again, you can do it separately. I chose to do it together. Now the long piece is going to go right here. And the smaller piece lines up here to fold it. The way I like to do it, because sometimes by playing around with the paper, it seems like it stretches out on me. I don't know. Okay, so you want to make sure that you line that up. I like to bring this in. There we go. Okay. Like that. Make sure that this piece right here is correct. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and nail this down. Well, actually, I'm going to use tear tape, if I can find it. It's on the table somewhere. All right, there it is. I'm using tear tape because it really needs to be real sticky, okay? Because you're going to be moving this. This is a mechanical kind of card. So you definitely want to keep this stuck down. Tombow or tear tape. All right. I fold it back up. I did cut that wrong, but okay. You'll have the right directions. I'm going to put that right here. Fold that right there. Oh, let's make sure this is right again. I'm lining it up. Putting that in there. Okay. Okay. Yes, there's a gap there, and you're going to see why in a minute. Okay. And then this piece, you want to make sure when you do this, you only do the edge. I think I'll have enough time for 3 projects. But that's okay because I can save the other projects for at some point on Sunday. How's that? Yeah, that's a good idea because I actually have 5 projects here. But we'll get through 3 of them at least. Okay, so there's my Z-fold, right? I'm going to bring this long piece in, and that is going to go right here. Isn't that cute? Okay, so this one I do want on dimensionals, so I'm going to flip it around. Make sure your dimensionals are only not on this part right here. So I'm flipping it around. So I put it right here. You can double it up if you want to, up there. But you just don't want any on the top. Yes, please ask me any questions. I will answer them as soon as my video is done. And we're going to lay that right here. Okay. We're going to take this one, the bigger one, and we're going to layer it right there. So when it closes, it's going to look like that. Now this one I'm not going to do with dimensionals. I am going to lay it flat. And we're going to put that right there. I don't want it hanging over though. There we go. Look at this. Okay, then I'm going to bring in my tags. And this one already fell out, so we'll just go with it. Pull that out. And this one I'm going to use, let's see which one. Let Love Grow. Maybe we'll use that one. It's Your Day. I kind of like that saying, so let's go with that one. And you'll see a couple other alternatives when I do the still shots, okay? Again, my mat is missing, so we'll just go this way. It's Your Day. So when you watch the still shots on my blog, see the still shots on my blog, you'll see the cards that I created before the video, too. And then the other two projects, which are probably, you'll see more on Sunday. I have some more alternatives that I will show you. We're just going to go ahead and put this right here. Now remember, I put the glue dots, or dimensionals here, left that hanging because that's going to go right there. It's going to hang off the card. I'm going to go ahead and take my twine. I definitely will have a list of the times that I will be popping on, okay? And no worries, if you can't join, you can always watch the replays, and I will be uploading them to YouTube. I just thought that would be a fun thing to do. Got with a bunch of demonstrators last night, and that was one of the things we talked about, so I thought that was a great idea. I did that during World Card Making Day, and I figured it was time for another fun day of crafting. Oh, great, Angie. Angie said I just gave her an idea. That's what we do. We share our ideas. Now, also remember that the special, the exclusive special starter kit ends March 31st. So please, please, please don't wait till the last minute, because what happens when you wait till the last minute, the system gets bogged down, and some people end up having a problem getting in, and you want to get this great starter kit now. Okay, so there's my second card. And if you wanted to, we could use a couple of these little teardrops or raindrops, and maybe just put them. They're very, very subtle, so you're not going to see a lot. But one of the things you can do, which I will show you in 1 second. There you go. If you put it on the cardstock. Actually, I'm not going to show you. I'll save that for Sunday. There's card number 2. Oh, you're welcome, Peggy. So there's my Z-fold card. That's card number 2. And let's see. Yep, I've got exactly 10 minutes before I go to work. So let's do my next project, okay? For this project, I might have to pull this back out. Let me zoom out a little bit. Maybe not that much. Okay, so I have a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock here, and I have a strip. I'm going to make a real quick, fast, I don't know, let me just zoom it out a little bit more. Okay, I have a strip, a 1-inch strip of that paper. I'm going to go ahead, let me get this off here. So this is my quick and easy scrapbook page. I'm going to go ahead and just put that strip right here. 1 inch, 12 by 1 inch. Okay. This is a piece of 8 by 8 white cardstock, and I want that right there, but I wanted something around it. So I cut a 9 by 9 piece of that great new vellum that you can get as one of your celebration. But I didn't want to waste the whole piece. So you can see I cut out a piece here. That's going to go right about here. And this is the cool thing. You know how snail shows through vellum? I mean, it doesn't show through that much, but I'm going to just put it right here to hold it down. So I'm going to put that right about here. And you can see the color shows through, which is what I want. This mat is going to go right here. I'm going to lay that right over there. So you see, I just get like an outer shell here. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put my little boots right here. And for that, because it's going in an album, I'm not even going to prop that up with dimensionals. Okay, I'm just going to snail it down here. So I want that right about here. So I have more room for my pictures or picture. I put that right there. Now I'm going to bring in some pieces that I pre-cut. Okay. And there's my umbrella. I got an umbrella from the coordination paper, which I've already popped out. Now I just need a handle. So let's see. What do I have laying around here that I'm going to use? I want the handle to kind of be a little bit... Let's see what color I want to use. I'll use yellow. Okay, so... Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to use teal. I have a piece of teal here. Teal. I said teal because my son just showed me their room that they painted in teal. Coastal Cabana. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take that umbrella. Can you see me over there? Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Again, quick, easy page. So there's my page so far, and here's where my picture would go, right? Okay. Now I'm going to bring in the envelope, one of the envelopes with that great inside. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay that right here. So I'm going to move it over as far as I can to the end here so that I have a bigger space for my picture. I'm going to go ahead and snail that down. I'm going to leave it open. I'm also leaving the flap this way so that I have room to put in the picture if I want to go that way. I'm going to bring in a piece of So Saffron. That's going to go right in here for my journaling. But before I do that, I'm going to put a little saying on here. Let's put the Weather the Storm one, I think. If you have a cute little picture of you and a friend of yours, together you can weather any storm, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put this on a block. And my fingers are good. I didn't clean it off, so of course my fingers are getting all dirty, but that's all right too. I got 6 minutes. I'm good. Ink that up without getting it all over. Wishing you brighter days ahead. That's what I have on here, sorry. Okay, wishing you brighter days ahead. Gonna go ahead and snail that down. Put that right up in the corner there. Slide this back in. And this is going to go right here for my journaling. Now I have one more thing, and that is a piece of this flowery little flower. I'm going to go ahead and snail that right here. And there you have it. A quick, easy scrapbook page using some of the elements from the paper pumpkin and the Under My Umbrella. Yes, crushed curry. That is crushed curry with the vellum. So let me flip the camera. So thank you for tuning in. I have 5 minutes to jump on my other computer and get back to work, but I did want to mention something. First, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget I'll be hopping on and off on Sunday to create some projects with you. Maybe even do an interactive one. Who knows? I'll be planning that all out tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed the cards, the alternatives, and I'll do still shots of those later, and of course the scrapbook page. Now, the special thing I want to tell you is I already have these 2 stamp sets because I get 2 paper pumpkins, one to play with ahead of time and then one later on. So, who wants one of these? I'm going to be giving 2 people the paper pumpkin stamp sets. Just the stamp sets. I'll give you the ink spot too. It has to be the US. I apologize for that. I'm so sorry. So what I want you to do, something a little different, tag a friend of yours that might like this video. Either here, you can tag them here and share it. Tag and share. Or do it on YouTube, whichever one you want. The more people you tag and share with, the more times your name is going to go in for one of these stamp sets. Okay? All right. So that's what I need you to do. And I will give those away Sunday night at 7 p.m. I hope you have a great weekend, everybody. Craft your little hearts out. And I will see you back here on Sunday. Not sure during the day what time yet, but you know I'll be here Sunday night. I will put a list on this page of the different hours. I'll probably just put on like, okay, going live in an hour or something like that, okay? Let's stamp together. Let's stay together. Keep on stamping, stampers. Bye.